Whew. Gotta flush this out of my system. So, like, and that was where I was debating how much I wanted to do the extra stuff of. So I guess I can do some of this while I'm here. Since it's just like an interlude and I'm not editing anything.
Happy to sign autographs, no selfies.
But I gotta kill some time. Because this game has a lot of fun stuff too.
Hey,
alright.
mind if I toss a kind of thorny ethical question at you?
Or do you do better when I'm not around?
To give up on a friend?
Oh wow, Pete. Thinking of Otto?
That obvious, huh?
Yeah, understandable though. Man, the high-minded, generous part of me wants to say never. Being a true friend means being there, even when people lose their way. But is what Otto's done? I just don't know, Pete. I guess you have to decide if the Otto Octavius you knew was still in there or not. Maybe if he was ever even in there at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, MJ. I gotta process some stuff, I think.
Call me anytime, Pete. I'm here for you.
Their crimes. What was the crime? Just flying around with jetpacks and attacking me? I guess so. But yeah, she brought up an interesting point. I feel like we often run into that. I always have this, like, that biblical verse in my head a lot of the time where you should forgive someone 70 times 7 times as long as, like, they ask for forgiveness and stuff. Or it's something weird like that. Like, every time that they do, like, that's how many times you should forgive someone who sins against you. Which I guess is, like, big, but that's kind of how I interpret it, so I would go towards, like, never. But obviously, like, it's when we're in relationships, and sometimes not, it's just easier to ask the person you're with to make the decision for you, instead of having,
So, if you guys stopped wanting to kill me yet,
thinking about it yourself. But it's good to ask people, like, you know, family, friends, other significant others, like, what they think.
Let's get after those
and then make your decision yourself. And you also have to think about what their priorities are, what their thoughts are. So in Mary Jane's case, like, her priority is always going to be Pete. Oh my god, I always do this. Oh my god, stop! So, she might have a little bit of bias, whereas we know Otto closer.
One for the good guys.
But, you know, it varies. It's something to think about. Yeah, this is a good way to blow off some steam. And yeah, even this, like, I've been doing this series differently for all 3 acts.
I haven't seen
really.
that man face to face since the fire. Think I can afford a quick pit stop at Feast.
So yeah, I'll finish up this mission and then I'll head over to Feast.
You guys have it bad. All that body armor's bruising my knuckles.
Defeating an enemy group will prevent that group from returning. That's cool. So that doesn't even count towards this completion thing. Like the 100% completion, I was able to do all this stuff and it was pretty fun. But we're not going to waste too much time. Let's go ahead and go to the mission at hand. I just wanted to kill some time, and now that I have these preludes, I can do stuff like that. I wonder who he was talking about, that Sable agent. But, yeah, I mean... So, if he were to have asked me that question, when is it okay to give up on a friend, regardless of whether it's Otto or not? Because I think that does affect the question here. Maybe she can have more perspective on how to answer the question if she knows, but it's also like a bit nosy, you know? If someone's coming to you, you can go about it your own way, but... I think everyone has their own opinion, basis of capacity, I think. So usually friends in dire situations or making bad decisions take a toll on you. Like one good example would be like, it's not the same relationship, because think about like a parent and a kid, you know, like if your kid is like addicted to drugs or something like that, you know, just because we saw what Scorpion and stuff was going through. ideally, you would say never, but what if it's costing you your own, like, life? Or it's like they're getting involved in crimes, or they're stealing from you, or it's affecting your other children. You know, I think Breaking Bad is a really good example of that, whether it was warranted or not. But in this case, like, a friend probably doesn't merit the same weight as a kid, but I oftentimes think that those friends and family are oftentimes very closely compared, but some people will put family above, some people will put friends above, and I think it usually just depends on how what they offer you in life. Because at the end of the day, like, we are a transactional people, you know, so if like a friend is there for you all the time, you might forgive them more. If a family is there for you more, you might forgive them more. So it depends, because at the end of it all, like, when you stop forgiving someone, you decide to cut them out of your life, most likely. Or maybe forgiving them is another way to cut them out of your life, just in a certain way too. So every situation is a little different, but it's nice that they refer to each other as friends, but I don't really see them that way. I think Peter was a worker. Like, he worked under Otto Octavius, and that relationship is even more fragile and volatile because they're there for one purpose, and one purpose alone is it's the work. So once the work terminates, you don't really need to have a relationship after that, but we'll see how it progresses.